Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Industry Chats. I'm Jasmine Saliga, your host and founder of Affixify, and I am incredibly excited to have our second in our series of 3 this week of Startups We Love Pitch Competition Edition. And so I have the amazing Wendy Dowling here from Evolusen. Wendy, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Jasmine.
I am very excited. Of course, we're going to dive into all things Evolusen today, so I'll save that. But you and I got a chance to pitch kind of in the same circle last year at the Las Vegas, or the Nevada, rather, Lodging Association event. And that was such an honor. And when you shared your product, we still talk, it's been a year, and we still say, like, gosh, that was one of the coolest concepts and products. So I was really excited that you were willing to join us today.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. And again, thank you for having me.
Yeah. And tell us, so Wendy, before we jump in, tell us your background a little bit and a little bit of your elevator pitch, because this is big. Like, people want this. So take a second and kind of share with us what Evolusen does, what it is, and then we're going to dive into, the nuts and bolts of everything.
Yeah, sounds great. So a little bit about my background. Me and my co-founder were both from hospitality background. I worked in sales and marketing in hotels and in tourism boards, and then also worked as a freelance travel influencer. And then my co-founder was in operations in hotels. So we kind of saw the issue on all ends, right? So on the marketing side, operation side, and then as an influencer. And what we see is that influencer marketing for hospitality is very tedious manual process. So, and my co-founder was trying to look for a solution that can help him do what Evolusen is doing, but we couldn't find one. So we were like, why don't we just build one for ourselves? So yeah, that's how Evolusen came about. We are an influencer marketing platform built for the hospitality and travel industry. And then we combine a vetted network of travel, lifestyle, food influencers. And then we combine it with workflow automation to help protect your budget from fake influencers and save the hotel marketers up to 90% of the time doing the process.
I had no idea you guys had the second part, the vetted influencer part. So is this kind of like a marketplace where hotels can find pre-vetted influencers already? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, kind of like that. So we do have a network of pre-vetted influencers. So we vet them before they can use the platform. And then instead of the hotel marketers having to go find them, because that's majority of where that work comes from, the influencer actually submit applications to the hotel marketers. And then the hotel marketers can look at their insights, and then we give them authenticity score and performance rating, and then they can decide if they want to work with the influencers or not.
Wow. Okay. This is even more so than I realized. So this is pretty in depth. So tell me, I just want to dive in because it's interesting. I actually had a guest on who is a CMO for hotels. She was with a really cool boutique resort, and now she is a fractional CMO. So she does all different projects. And one of the biggest things that she does is find micro influencers, right, for her different clients. And so we had her on the show, and she just taught us about influencer marketing in general, because I myself as a consumer definitely lean on certain influencers for purchases, right? And so I'm like, well, of course, like most of us do get ideas for travel from influencers. So obviously this is a thing. Now it's funny because I don't think this was a thing, 15 years ago. Right. But tell me, where are the problems? And I we all know a little bit, but you obviously are solving a lot of problems. So when you came to market, or, you were an influencer yourself, or what problems did you identify as like, we really need to fix this? Because obviously I saw at the pitch competition, I mean, you hit a big pain point with the judges and they were really interested. So what are those problems?
Yeah. So the first problem we were trying to solve when we started building the business was the streamlining business problem. So the the process is very manual, right? So it's either or, even now. So either the hotel's getting a lot of requests from influencers, either through DMs, if they have an influencer form on their website, for example, or emails. Last time you tagged me on a LinkedIn post, right, about a hotel DOSM getting DMs about, hey, do you want to collab with me? But it's not a good fit. So that is one of the problems, is to get the influencers.
Okay.
Once you land on an influencer, then the problem comes to, does this influencer fit my brand, right? You have to look at the content, and then you have to look at, they investigate the engagement, and then also past performances, things like that. So that is the big manual process. But once we start building the platform, and then we starting to get influencer applications through authentication with the influencers' permission, we realized that a lot of influencers are buying followers and engagement. So the influencers are not actually influencers. They are just looking for a really cheap holiday. Basically. And so then we start rejecting influencer applications because of fake engagement, fake followers. You can buy hundreds of likes for a few dollars, for example. So when last year during the pitch competition, we denied about 66% of the influencer applications. Today, we deny 72% of the influencer applications. Yes. And so, yeah, so we are, once they are in the platform, then we'll also let the hotel marketers see what their performance rating and authenticity score is, so they can decide if they want to move forward or not.
I'm blown away. So I have some questions on this. So where does one buy followers? I mean, I don't think I realized, maybe I knew this, but that's got to be a really big challenge if you're a hotelier, you're an independent, and you just really want to get your brand out there. I mean, obviously you guys are huge for helping this, but is there just like a website that people can go? I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's just a website. There's tons of websites out there that you can just buy. Anything you can see on social media, you can buy on those websites. I mean, engagement matrix wise. Yeah.
Okay. And then likes too. So then I have another question. I'm learning. So part of industry chats is we like to learn and kind of like educate. So do you ever have a hotel come to you and say, hey, Wendy, we found these 5 influencers. Can you get them into your system and vet them? Does it ever work that way? Or is it always from the influencer applying through your platform?
It works that way. Yeah. So we have clients who send them directly to our platform so we can vet them. Or we have a process where once the hotel gets an influencer request, they have a capability. It's a link to send to the influencers for the influencers to apply through the platform so they can vet them. Okay. And we even have a pay as you go process where we have clients who just use our platform to vet the influencers.
Okay. Very, very cool. So then what have you guys seen, like bringing the solution to market? I'm sure you have a million testimonials at this point of people just singing your praises. Like, do you have any success stories that come to mind? You don't necessarily have to use names, but.
Yeah. So we had a client, they've been with us for over 3 years now. And they were launching a Sunday brunch buffet in the Bay Area. And so we actually helped them go viral 6 times now, reaching over 5 million audiences, and mainly in the Bay Area because they host a lot of foodies for their Sunday brunch. And then they're one of the most viral Sunday brunches in the Bay Area still. And they just hosted over 1,000 covers for Mother's Day, the last Mother's Day. So events are huge for the brunch. Yeah,
that's phenomenal. Okay, so you guys are you're also making the money, right? So in addition to being this vetting, so tell me some of like what you guys have learned. So you've launched, how many years since launch at this point?
We first launched in 2019, mid 2019, okay. And then the pandemic. So we paused for a couple years, but we used that time to build our current platform. And then we relaunched towards the end of 2022.
Okay. Okay. So, kind of a few years in, what have you learned? What are the lessons that you would share?
Yeah. So we thought the hotel marketers would want to, I guess, automate everything, right? We were build a platform that automates everything, but we realized that hotel marketers actually want to create the relationship, and then it's the best way to do influencer marketing is to create relationship with the influencers. So we recently launched a flexible campaign type of campaign. So that before it's a very black and white. So this is what I'm offering. This is what I'm asking
Sure.
for. But now the marketers can choose to have a conversation with the influencers first
Oh,
before moving forward by setting, negotiating or communicating about post requirements and things like that. And then a lot of hotel marketers are choosing that option so they can
sure.
build a relationship.
Can I add? So, do you do like a warm introduction there? Do they have like a chat within your platform, or how do they get in contact when they do
Yeah.
want to build that relationship?
Yeah, they have a chat in the platform. We don't do warm introductions, but once the influencer submit application, the hotel marketers see everything from the influencer, and if they want to move forward, they can just start the conversation.
Oh, this is brilliant. I love it. So what do you see as like the future of influencer marketing, of Evolusen? I mean, where are you guys headed? Because this is only going to grow. I mean, this influencers, I remember, this is a side note. I remember being on vacation with family back in it was 2020, and it was when things were slowly opening up at the end of the year. And someone said the word influencer, and one of my sister-in-laws was like, well, what's that? And I remember being like, yeah, what is that? You know what I mean? So 5 years later, we went from what is that to we kind of like live by what influencers are telling us to purchase. Half of my counter in my bathroom of skincare is from influencers. So what is the future, and what do you think it means for travel and for Evolusen?
Yeah, so I believe influencer marketing for travel is still, even though it is a older industry, but for hospitality and travel industry, it's still just in its infancy and it's growing,
Sure.
right? And then a lot of platforms, I have seen a lot of travel companies or startups starting to use influencer content to generate bookings, right? Even Expedia has a creator network where you can upload your videos, and then they can help you generate bookings through that. There's a lot of other startups that does the same thing through influencer blog websites or contents. There's even a startup where they're kind of like TikTok, but just travel content, and you can book
Oh, okay.
travel through that. TikTok recently came out with, I think, TikTok Go, and you can book hotel bookings through TikTok directly.
I saw.
So it's just starting, and then so we're just here for I guess we're here for the ride. We're just growing our influencer network and then helping the hotel marketers identify which one are the right influencers to work with moving forward.
That's amazing. And do you have any advice for our hoteliers? We have obviously a great base of hoteliers that use Affixify. So when they watch this through, our messaging and our newsletter, what advice would you give them when they decide to take on influencers? Maybe they're considering it, or maybe they've been burned in the past. Do you have any advice, just wisdom for them?
Yeah, so for influencers, a lot of times it's about first foremost, it's about communication, right? Just talk to the influencers. I have seen marketers who doesn't want to talk to the influencers. If it doesn't work, I have seen them just, it's like, oh, I don't want to communicate just in case, things like that. So definitely talk to them. And then also is asking them for insights, ask them for even though we think media kits is not the best way to vet influencers because of the stats that you get, but ask them for media kits and things like that. So you know that there are influencers who have worked with other brands in the past. And I guess I have to plug our company, use Evolusen to authenticate the influencers. So you actually know if they're buying followers and engagement, or if their follower demographic actually meets your target audience.
Well, there's such a clear ROI on Evolusen. I mean, it's such a no-brainer. And so I would love to, once, this is done, it'll be on YouTube, and then I'd love to feature you guys too on my own LinkedIn. So through all of those channels, if anybody's thinking, I really want to learn more, where's the best place that they can get in touch with you and your team? Is it through those channels? Is it email? Is it your website? Because I know we're going to have people that want to learn more.
Yeah, you can learn more on our website, evolusen.com, evolusen.com, or reach out to me through LinkedIn, and I'm happy to chat, or send me an email. It's wendy@evolusen.com.
I love it. Well, Wendy, thank you for being my guest. I truly love what you're doing. For those watching, you heard it, where to contact Wendy: through email, website, and then, of course, look for this on our YouTube. And we are just so thrilled. We will be back tomorrow for our last in the series this week. We will be talking to Adam Tuttle, the CEO and founder of Yippee, which is a standards management platform to help keep those high standards in your high-end resorts on par. So, Wendy, thank you so much for being here. It was such an honor. And thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Okay.
Bye.